Welcome back to this series on Google Bart. The next use case we are exploring with Google Bart is whenever we hit roadblocks in our Windows or hit any of our peripheral issues on Windows, can Google Bart help us debug those scenarios? So the first use case I'm exploring is whenever you are connected two monitors to a docking station and you have an extended display on your system. Will Google Bart help you debug if only one of the two monitors are working? So let's ask that scenario to Google Bart, and I've just pre-tried this question, so I'm copy pasting this question to Google Bart. So what should I do when only one of my two monitors are working? So this looks like a pretty decent steps it's suggesting. Check if power cable connections are there. Restart your computer. Sometimes a simple restart can fix it. Try contacting a different monitor. If the monitor works, check the video settings, and if you still have problems, you need to contact the manufacturer of your monitors for further assistance. So I would like to ask another follow-up question. So I'm asking Google Bart, is the same steps valid if only one of my two monitors are connected by a HDMI cable? So this could be the case where one is a VGA cable, one is a HDMI, both are VGA. It could be any combinations. So it is able to answer that. You can only connect one monitor. If you want to connect, you will need to use two different cables such as DVI or DisplayPort. Yeah, looks appropriate. And let me ask another follow-up question. And so for this, if you didn't like the answer, you can go to draft and see the other options too here. So if you still don't like it, you can do a regenerate as we looked at. You might get more different follow-up answers. So the next use case we are looking at is, most of us have seen whenever we are using Windows, we do get a blue screen and we have to forcibly restart our machine and an error code would be displayed. So let's see how Google Bart is suggesting us to debug this scenario. So these use cases have been explored, such as check the error code. So it prints some error code in there. You can copy paste and do more research about it, and update all your drivers, run a memory test if it's running low on the memory, and check for any malware and restore your system to the previous point in time. So why I'm checking these use cases and demoing them to you is, if you hit any one of them, the first thing we do is we do Google search, research the forums, or go to Stack Overflow, ask these questions and try to find the solution. So we are just checking if whatever the help desk could do, can Google Bart do it for us? So that's the purpose of trying this out. And the next one is so it could be, I've encountered whenever you remove speakers and put headphones in there, or remove headphones and connect two speakers by default, sometimes it might not work unless you need to go into your sounds and change the settings here. Change the settings on what it is. So if you are not aware of this is some common problem which most end users encounter, and I'm just taking the most commonly encountered issues on the system. So what should be done? Let's see what it says. Okay, check the volume, check the audio device, check the audio drivers, restart your computer, check the audio settings in the window control panel. Sounds good, looks appropriate. And you can also check the draft if there are any more additional types of solutions that exist. So you can check the drafts, or if you don't like any of it, you can always do regenerate. The next one is troubleshooting when your computer mic is not working, or without any mic you might still be able to capture audio default in your laptop. Why is it not working? So that's the scenario we want to debug. Let's see what Google Bart says. Cool. So yeah, it gave us a list of steps to follow, similar to way we did the audio, similar to way we solve the audio problem. So the last question I'll be covering now is how to check if a Gmail password is hacked. So it's going to give us a couple of steps. Check the recent activity, check your password manager, look for suspicious email, change your password immediately. So let me ask another follow-up question. So in future, how do I prevent access to my Gmail by anyone else? So I'm hoping it would suggest two-factor authentication as one of the solutions, and it could be, yeah, use a password, enable two-factor authentication, be careful what you click on. So this one is what they are referring to ransomware, and keep your software up to date and beware of phishing scams. And it gave us a link to this. So this is the next use case I did, and I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for joining.